folks, the Comics Kid 2099 here to once again dissect an episode of a superhero animated series. Today I'll be talking about the new Batman Adventures episode Girls Night Out, so if you haven't seen that episode, you should either do so now or allow me to spoil stuff that happened in the episode. Or maybe you did see the episode, but you want me to refresh you on what happened before I get into the meat of the review. Livewire escapes from custody in Gotham City and runs into Batgirl while Batman is out of town. Livewire gives Batgirl a bit of a whooping and then finds Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, and the three of them decide to team up. Supergirl gets Batman's message that Livewire is loose in Gotham and goes to help Batgirl take down the trio of villains. Cue credits. Not a whole lot to say about this episode. This one isn't going for a really deep message or really any message at all. There's vaguely a sense of sexism is wrong and we should get past the misogynistic ways of the 20th century, but that's hardly explored. Batman tells Batgirl that he'll be back to help her take down Livewire in 2 days. Sure, he's not being insulting, but there's an implied hint that Batgirl can't take care of herself. Then there's Harvey Bullock and Penguin, both implying that Batgirl and Supergirl aren't very competent and that they would rather have Superman and Batman be there instead. And while this is definitely a worthy message to be preaching, it's not a very complex one. It's pretty one note. Yeah, girls should not be relegated to second banana when there's a dude around, but what else can you say about it other than that? But even if you don't care to see some kind of deep message in the episode, unfortunately not very much happens in the plot side of things either. Batgirl and Supergirl fight our bad guys a couple of times. They lose once and then they win later. But it's not even really because of their good chemistry together that they are victorious. It's at least 50% because Livewire doesn't really get along with Ivy or Harley. I don't need my heroes to be all super competent and great at doing what they do, but it would be nice if they win because of them and not because of their enemies being incompetent. There is one scene where Supergirl and Batgirl both wish that they could have had each other's lives. If you've seen Superman the Animated Series, then you know Supergirl didn't really like being relegated to the farm life, so her desire to live in the big city with the excitement and adventure makes sense. Batgirl saying that she wished she could have had chores growing up, that's a little stupid. I get it, you want them to have a bond over what they don't have, and maybe learn to appreciate what they do have, except the episode doesn't show us that. After this one scene where they talk about how great the other one has it, it isn't paid off with any kind of resolution at the end of the episode. I think another problem I have with this pairing is that we don't get nearly enough of it. When Superman and Batman first meet in Superman the Animated Series, it warrants a 3-part episode. And then we get future team-ups that continue to explore their friendship and alliance in Superman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, and in the Justice League cartoons. If you felt like you didn't get enough substance from their initial meeting, then you at least got later team-ups to satiate your craving. But not the case here. I don't even think we get another Batgirl-Supergirl team-up at all after this episode. Yeah, not this series' fault that Justice League had to work around the Bat embargo that existed because of the Batman, but it is problematic that this episode doesn't give us much to do with these characters and their friendship. When Superman and Batman team up, you always get to see how they work differently, and yet they work well together. But when these two team up, I don't really get that. Overall, I don't hate this episode really. I don't especially like it, but it's not something that I have a whole lot of negative feelings toward. I just don't see myself watching it many more times in the future. But what did you guys think of the episode and of my review? If you liked this review, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you did like this video, you're in luck because I do other videos like this every weekend. And I do other videos throughout the week, so be sure to check those out too if you're interested. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.